Hi, it's Elizabeth of Tarot of the Wind, or Sylphie Tarot if you're from Tumblr. Now, if you've been following me on Tumblr, you'll know that I've started answering my free tarot reading requests with videos. I need the practice so eventually I can offer this to my paid clients and the product not look like and sound like complete poop. The point of this video, though, is because Tumblr doesn't allow for videos to be uploaded and hosted on their site when I'm answering an ask. It has to be hosted elsewhere, aka here on YouTube. So I've been uploading them to this YouTube channel. The problem is I don't want a bunch of raw 2-minute videos clogging up my video feed. So this video, which is going to turn into a series of videos if I'm not lazy, is to provide a sort of diviner's cut of all the free readings I've done in the business week for followers who'd rather watch all the readings all in one go, or also it's a nicer video for any YouTubers who just happen upon my channel. Let's get started. I may have a career tarot pull really lost about my business and I guess some advice on how to allow it to flourish and live on. Thank you. So I'm using my Steampunk Tarot today for this. I feel like this is the best deck for career and work that I have. Anyways, one more. There we go. Just cut the deck now. And here we go. What have we got? The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so this is like the exemplification of career and business. This is new beginnings. So for you, I might suggest, since you already have a business, maybe go back to square one. And I don't mean exactly go back to square one, but maybe go back and re-examine everything you've done thus far. Is there anything, like, from the base and from the foundation of your business that you can improve that will overall improve customer satisfaction or business transaction flow, make your life easier, and make you be able to do your transactions faster, anything of that nature? If anything else, it might also be a sign that it's time to pull something new into your business that you've maybe been pondering about, but you're not sure about how to do it. It might be time to sit down and do that research, and as well as like include it in your business, because now is the time is ripe. It's time to stop putting it. You've thought about adding it to your business, and there's a reason you've thought about it. It's going to help you, so maybe you should really push to add that to your business now. This is an anonymous request on Tumblr for a free 1-card reading. So they have written in, "Hello, could I get a reading? Sometimes I read tarot cards too, but I don't trust much because I feel like I'm interpreting my emotions, but I always do a reading on Christmas Eve for a year, and this year I saw falling in love and feelings for this November, and in 2015 I did a soulmate reading and should find him in autumn while studying on courses or my job. I'm not looking for love because I think I want him to be from abroad, so I'm wondering this autumn what will happen. What do you see?" All right, so a little fountain going here, and this is the Victorian Fairy Tarot, in case anybody is wondering. And all right, we will cut and see what we get here. All right, the Three of Spring. So this is a coming together kind of card. This is a friendship card. You know, creativity, fun times, very relaxed. So autumn, definitely you're probably going to see a boom in your social circle. Maybe you're going to be meeting new people. If it's love or romance, I don't know. Maybe you're going to meet the soulmate in autumn, but things are not going to bloom until maybe winter or even later down the line. And you could have read too far into it and you're like, got excited. Ooh, a relationship. But these things take time to build. I do see some kind of friendship happening in autumn for you. Definitely very relaxed. So, I mean, things look good. You should trust yourself a little more in your reading. What you saw is kind of along the lines of what I'm seeing here. And this user has submitted, could I get a tarot reading? I want to know how my spell will turn out. Thank you. And again, these are all submitted through Tumblr, through the Ask system. So if you're looking to get a free reading, you would go through that. Eventually, I will offer video readings for sale, but right now I'm not too confident in my abilities to talk to an empty room and deliver the reading. So, here we go. So, the 10 of Cups. This is happiness, fulfillment. Yeah, so I think your spell is definitely going to turn out. You're going to get what you want. Complete fulfillment. So you did the steps right. Good job. And good luck with your results. So it says, hello, may I have a card reading? I'm feeling a little doubtful and a bit worried on whether I made the right choice or not to get back together with my ex June. Sometimes I feel like we aren't truly fit for each other. Am I over worrying or am I right? So we will just shuffle up and see what we get here about what the cards think about if you guys are okay together or if this was a big mistake. All right. So here we are. The Hierophant. So this is a card about mentors and learning, tradition, maybe even dogmatic, sticking with the way things are, living up to others' expectations. I would definitely say there's something to learn about getting back together with June. Is it for the best? Perhaps, I don't know. I mean, the Hierophant could also be a symbol of an upcoming marriage. So maybe in the long term, you guys will end up together. But I don't see any sign that this was a terrible mistake. So you probably are just worrying over this, and you should probably relax, enjoy the relationship where it is right now, because you obviously wanted this. You wanted to get back together with him, or you wouldn't have done it. So on some level, you do like him. Just relax, because if you just keep worrying about if this was a good idea, you are going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So enjoy the experience, chill out, and learn your lessons. So Anonymous asks this time, hi, may I have a tarot reading, please? I'm in a different country to pursue my dreams to be in the entertainment industry, but at the moment I may need a job. What is in store for me for the rest of the month? Like, what events may happen regarding with anything? Now, my free readings are only one card, so I don't know if I can tell you everything that's going to happen, but we will pull a card and see what maybe something you should focus on or prepare yourself for coming up. All right. Here we go. And we've pulled the 9 of Cups in reverse. So in the upright, this is kind of wish fulfillment, satisfaction. And in the reverse, you know, if you look at the merman, he's kind of smug. He feels like he's in a good place, but maybe he's not where he should be. He's kind of ignoring a few problems here in the back, zipping around. Things are getting a little murky. So he's a little proud. He's a little braggadocious. So what's coming up for you? I would definitely be careful about giving out too many details, about blowing yourself up bigger than what you are. Definitely be modest, be realistic about your abilities, be realistic about your bank account, and don't overinflate your stories. So when you're interviewing for jobs, be very realistic about what you are. If you're looking for that second job, or you're even auditioning for an entertainment industry position, just be very realistic this month. Bragging and overinflating yourself could get you in a little bit of a hot water. KJ has submitted. Hi, I don't know where to start, but this year was my last year of high school. Towards the end, I've tried things like drinking and smoking once. I feel like I'm changing like my actions are, but who I am and how I think hasn't changed. I'm the girl that hasn't had experience or had a boyfriend before. I went on my first date and we did that. I've always wanted to wait. Usually when I do things, I would feel regret, but I don't feel anything. A part of me doesn't even really care anymore. But I do still have standards. I'm just worried a little bit. And my friend said she thinks I'm using him for experience, but I disagree. He's not the kind of guys we've talked about based on looks or personality-wise, but I honestly do like him genuinely. At the same time, I don't want to be tied down because all of us are going to the same college this year. This is the first time being in a situation like this. I'm 19, but still a baby in a way. This is the final message. Sorry I had to take 3 messages to kind of explain my life at the moment. I don't know what I want my reading to be on. I have no regrets, and I would feel bad, but I feel bad that I don't feel bad. Like I'm changing. I don't know. So could I get a reading on myself as a person, including love life? I guess. KJ. So this is like a big thing. And since you don't really know, I'm going to just kind of pull a card and we're going to see what kind of comes up. But, you know, it's okay not to feel bad that you don't feel bad. Regret is something that usually you know you've done something wrong and you did it anyways. And aside from the underage drinking, which, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, you know that's illegal and stuff. But you haven't really done anything wrong, and so there's nothing for you to really regret. You're just living life, and as long as you're not hurting anybody or hurting yourself, it's your choice. But we're going to see what bubbles up here for you. I've shuffled this deck so hard by this point, and I'm just still shuffling. Okay, stop wasting time. All right. Ooh, the world. So, things are kind of complete. You've reached max and peak. Now, that doesn't mean like life is over, but you've kind of completed a full circle. You've now reached adulthood. You've kind of hit that mile marker where you're kind of starting to realize that everything that you kind of were taught isn't exactly necessarily the way things are, because in grade school they do kind of turn everything into black and white issues, and the real world isn't necessarily so black and white. Like romantic relationships with boyfriends and stuff, it's okay not to wait. There's no reason to feel guilty and ashamed about that, or even regret that you didn't wait. There's nothing wrong with that, per se, unless you were pressured into it and you didn't want to and you didn't. But it doesn't seem like you didn't want to from your ask. So again, like, this is just echoing everything that's going on here. There's nothing for you to regret, and this is just kind of a lesson you're learning as you're going. That, you know, what you've been told isn't necessarily all true, and you're going to have to kind of use your mind and discern what is true and what is not. But just kind of remember, regret is one of those things that, you know, it's usually your moral compass, and it lets you know that you made a poor decision. But if you're not feeling regret, usually there was no consequence. Nobody got hurt, including yourself. So you probably were okay. And you've definitely come full circle. And I would agree here that, you know, you don't want to get tied down because you've gotten the world. So when you hit college, like, your cycle is going to start over, and you don't want to be tied down, because going back to zero is the fool, and he's kind of carefree, and free is the key word there. You want to be able to kind of live and explore And you want some freedom to do that, because if you're tied down, it is going to seriously encroach on your ability to grow up and experience life right now. Justinusing has submitted, hello, can I have a reading? What would be better in this situation? Listen to my heart or mind, even if none sounds good. Maybe there is another option. Thank you. So I only do one-card readings typically when I have a cue. That's a little trader tip. If you notice that I have posted that I have nothing to do reading-wise, you're probably going to get a bigger reading. But if I have a line, I try to keep it down to 1 so I don't get overwhelmed. Ooh, that one just popped out. So well, here we're going to do a 2-card because I like to actually pull. So, all right. So we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. I mean, I would say this is definitely a mental kind of want to follow due to the Swords, and the Pentacles kind of are more of a thinky suit for me if I had to choose between heart or mind, because I feel like the Wands would be the other heart, you know, the passion and emotional drive right there. But it would definitely be the path that includes definitely listening to your friends or family or somebody who's trying to advise you on this situation. Because this card definitely wanted to come out and let you have a message. So definitely take the path that has you listening to the others around you, which is, again, more of a mental thing. You want to follow your head on this. And 7, the 7 of Swords, never usually a good card to see, but this is probably a warning that if you don't do something, you know, you need to beware, because somebody is taking away from you. They're ticking away, and maybe they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes, and it's time to stop going with the gut instinct and look at the facts. So I hope this helps your situation, as you didn't describe what it was, and good luck. This one was submitted by Cerulean Satin. I'd love one of your readings. I'm interested in a reading about my love life and the energy surrounding it, not with a particular person, just about my rising or not rising love life. Thanks so much for the generosity. Heart shape. Okay. So we're gonna shuffle her up and see what we can get for you. This deck doesn't shuffle as well as some of my other ones, but that's okay. I love this deck. Her imperfections make her unique. All right, that was really sad, but ooh, the Hanged Man. So you definitely have some big energies going around with your love life, but things are kind of hung up, if you will. So if you're in a relationship currently, then it's time to kind of reassess the balance of things. And if you have recently moved on from a relationship, or you're not in one, then I would suggest definitely taking a look back at your relationships now that you're on the flip side of things, and reassess what you did wrong, what you could have done better, and also why that previous partner was bad for you. Because going forward, you don't want to make the same mistakes again. And this card kind of suggests to me that if you don't take a little time and think about things from a different perspective, which, you know, if your status has changed recently, is a good time to see it from the other side. As for love in the near future, I can't say that anything is going to be happening. Because it's the Hanged Man, that is a very slow motion card, or a no motion card. So if you're in a relationship, it's not going to be going anywhere any fast. And if you're looking to start a relationship, you have some self-reflection to do and to figure out kind of what you need versus what you want. Halseyxbabe, I hope I said that right, has submitted a question. Hey, is it okay to get a 1-card reading? Why does my new deck have such an intense energy? Thank you in advance. I look forward to seeing the video. I've seen some you've done, and you seem to do fine. Thank you. That really, really means a lot. As I feel like I come off as a little awkward and stiff, and then today my voice is kind of froggy because I'm doing this a little earlier in the day. And by earlier, that's super relative. It's more of a closer to when I woke up as opposed to the rest. Anyways, on to your reading, doll. So, why does it have a super intense energy? Woo! Ooh. The 1 or Ace of Cups. Well, your deck is obviously very emotional. It's a new deck. It needs to learn, it needs to experience, and it just like teenagers and kids need to learn to emotionally balance themselves and gauge their emotional responses. Your deck kind of has to learn that too. So please be patient. Your deck will figure it out. But right now, it's new, it's excited, it's depressed, it's everything at once. It's just too much, and it needs a moment to kind of figure out how to work with you without seeming over the top. Anonymous has submitted, may I have a tarot reading on if I'm going to find love or meet someone this summer? Thank you. I had already pre-shuffled this deck just a tiny bit, just as I was setting it up. So we won't need to shuffle it too terribly long. Oh, this deck is so stiff. I love it though. But so let us see what the cards say about summer love. So we have the 8 of Cups. It's tough to say if you're going to meet somebody this summer. I mean, you're definitely going to go on an adventure, and not maybe in the physical sense, but in a maybe spiritual or mental sense. So you definitely will be experiencing things you're not used to. So if you haven't really been in a relationship, or you haven't had that crappy SO yet, or maybe you will meet somebody, but it's only going to last for the summer. But it's definitely going to be a time of growth for you. And then you're going to move on after the summer is over.